Hello everyone and welcome to Send It Sonic Style. Today we're going to be ranking all the mainline Sonic games. Now this isn't going to be the most polished video, it is my first video on this channel. I'm going to be ranking the games, talking about them a little bit. Obviously some of them I haven't played, which I'll just put in the have not played category, but I'll rank each one fairly. Now I've played most of them because I'm a bit of a Sonic fanboy, you might say, but we're going to be running through all the games and I'm going to give you my honest view on all of them. You know, I'm not one of these biased critics. I've played most of them, and I'll give you my a fair rating. So if you are new to the channel, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're going to get straight into it. Which means I can gush about some of my favourite games and slag off the worst ones. So we'll get straight on. So the first one is Sonic Unleashed. Now I played this one on the Wii, and I have to admit that it's a bit unpolished. There's these werehog stages. They are very slow and monotonous to go through. The main core gameplay is okay, in my opinion. A lot of people like to say this is an underrated gem, but I have to disagree. It's my opinion. I think that it's a solid game, but I think that the werehog stages really bring down the rating. So I'd give it a solid B tier. Now, there'll probably be a few people that disagree, but again, you're right to disagree. It's your opinion. On to Sonic the Hedgehog 4, Episode 1. Now, well, this is where the hot takes already begin. I quite like this game. I'm going to give it an A tier. And you might say, oh, you're a new... I've been into Sonic for years and years and years. Probably since I'm about 5 years old. Yes, it was one of the first Sonic games I ever played, you know. It released in 2011 and was, well, ripped apart by critics because it introduced the home attack. It basically changed the whole physics model of Sonic from the Genesis games. It completely revised that and changed it up. And a lot of people did not like that. I quite liked it, but again, that might just be me being a weirdo. I like the home attack. I know it's mainly for the 3D games, which is, you know, it's a necessity, but I do like how it is utilised in the game. It's not attached, I think it is a bit high. I'd give it like a B. It's a solid game. I agree with the title being a little bit too far. I don't think they should have called it Sonic 4. They should have just called it, because it was meant to be originally a mobile game called Sonic the Portable, you know, like a phone game. It looks pretty good, but on PC, the graphics do look a little bit off. So I'll give it a solid B. It's a solid enough game. Episode 2, I didn't like as much. They did fix the physics a little bit. Fix the physics, I suppose. It's just kind of an average game to me. I didn't enjoy it that much. I didn't like the oil desert zone at all. If I'm being honest, I hated it and I hated the music. So yeah, I liked the in Sonic 4 though, the original Episode 1. I loved Green. Well, whatever it's called in that. I can't remember what it's called off the top of my head. But there was a level called Sunset Dash, and there was some pretty good music because it was a mix of old and new style. And of course, in later videos, I'll overlay things, but this is just me talking about the different games. Sonic Rivals, I have not played. I believe it's the PlayStation Vita game or portable game. I don't know. PSP or PS Vita. I've never played that, so I think there's a Sonic Rivals 2. We can put that in there, but they're probably solid games. Sonic Triple Trouble, I did play. I did play it on an emulator, I think. That was the Game Gear that came out of. To be fair, for a portable game released in the 90s, it's pretty solid. It's a bit bare bones. The special stages are a little bit weird, I've got to be honest. They're not your traditional collect 70 rings or go around one of those stages where you rotate the stage. I'd give it like a C. It's a solid enough game. Sonic Rush, yeah, I've got to put that in A tier. It's a banging game. One of the first games that I played on the DS, the family DS at the time. I really enjoyed it. It was a bag loads of fun, really. It was made by, is it Dimps, I think, made that? I know that they made the Sonic Advance series, which is also killer. But yeah, this is some pretty good music. It's got these stupid death pits, though, which is why it's not in S. It's got these death pits all around the stage you can barely avoid unless you've played the level over and over again. But I like the boost mechanic, so you can press like the X button and you can boost around the stage to get from point to point, which really works well in a portable game, which is why I really like it. Sonic 2, it's gonna go in S. It's my favourite, like one of my favourites up there. Chemical Plant will probably always be my favourite Sonic Zone. I just love the music. I love that point where the pink water's coming up from below and you have to basically jump through it. And I think they really did a good job in Sonic Mania on that stage, but I still love the original. You've got Emerald Hill. You've got plenty of good zones in there. Oil Ocean. And lots of different things. You've also got Metropolis, which, it could bring it down a little bit, but overall, it's a pretty solid game, even now. Unlike Sonic 1, which we'll get onto in a bit. Sonic 3D Blast was released on the whoopsie daisies, was released on the Sega Saturn and the Genesis, the Mega Drive, whatever. It's a bit of a wonky game in my opinion. It's okay. It's not my favourite. The special stages are weird, but it's not my favourite. It's not my favourite at all. To be honest, it's just like a average game. It's not polished at all. You kind of run around a 3D metric zone and you like jump around and stuff. It's okay. You collect rings, jump around, defeat bosses, but it's the perspective's a little bit wonky. Sonic Generations has got to go up there. I mean, yeah, S tier, sod it. It's a return to the classics, classic games. It has classic style gameplay and modern style gameplay, 2D and 3D. It's got all the classic zones, including from the current games as well. And yeah, after a few bad years of Sonic games, yeah, it was a pretty good return to the classics. So yeah, pretty good, very good game. In fact, I'd vouch to say a very, very solid game and definitely worthy of S tier. If you haven't played it before, you need to definitely try it out because it is up there. What's this one? Sorry, I can't. I'm just looking around the thing. Sonic Adventure, have not played. That's bad on me, I know. Sonic 2, I've already ranked. I think this is the Game Gear version, which I have not played. I assume it's probably a bit of a worse version, if I'm being honest. Sonic the Hedgehog 1, again, this might be a little bit controversial, I'm not sure. I think that the only good zone in Sonic, well, actually, the only two good zones are Starlight Zone and Green Hill Zone. Green Hill Zone, obviously, will be like an S tier stage because it is the original, the OG, what everyone remembers. Starlight is also fast paced, but a lot of the levels are just very, very slow. I also forgot to mention for Sonic 2, there was Spring Yard Zone, which was also kind of an average stage where we had like some loops and stuff, but it wasn't the best. In fact, I think Spring Yard Zone was in Sonic 1, wasn't it? Actually, I'm tripping. I'd say C. Yeah, I'd say C. I'm actually going to move Sonic for Episode 2 down to D because I didn't like that much. Sonic and Knuckles, I know someone, if they are watching this video, loves this game, probably put it at the top. For me, though, I did enjoy it. Can't deny I didn't enjoy it. I'd put it in A. Sonic 2 is still up there. It's, yeah, a very solid game. It's better than all the other ones. Angel Island is still probably one of the best zones, as well as Press Garden. They're all up there. There's plenty of good games. I can see why many people rank it as S. For me, it's an A. It's not quite up there. There are still a few annoying stage gimmicks, like that desert stage. I can't remember the name of it, where you have to like flick the switches and stuff. It's stupid. I hate that zone, which is why it's in A and not S. So there you go. Sonic Blast is well, it's a poor man's version of Sonic 1. I'd put it in C as well. Actually, I'd put it in D because it's terrible. It's not a good game. Sonic on the Game Gear was solid enough. It's, again, probably just a C tier. Sonic on the Game Gear was as good as the Genesis version. It controlled pretty well. It had decent music for what it was going for. Some chip tunes in there. Not too bad. Sonic Rush Adventure, I've not played. I've heard it's pretty good. I mean, if I was probably to rank it just off what I've heard, I'd give it like a B. But yeah, I haven't played it. Sonic Advance series. Now, this is classic. This might be controversial again. I don't really care. I'm ranking it where I want. I'd put all the Sonic Advance games in B tier, to be honest, because they are just solid. There's nothing wrong with them. They are just solid games. Again, the bottomless pits are a little bit annoying, but it's cool that you can play as like other characters like Cream and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a decent game. Sonic and the Black Knight, I played on the Wii. Again, I think this is like the second ever Sonic game I ever played. I put it in like a C tier. It's okay, as well as Sonic and the Secret Rings. They're both that D for that one. It's not the best. Sonic Heroes, I'm not going to say too much about them because it'll just ruin my childhood nostalgia. But yeah, they're not great games. um, Again, we've got Sonic Unleashed, that's the Wii version, and we've already ranked that, so we don't need to put it in again. Sonic Colors, again, a Wii game exclusive, that first, and it released on PlayStation and all that stuff. Again, that was a return to the classics, a very good mix of gameplay there. Sonic Lost World, again. Oh, dearie me, how am I going to rank this one? Game which most people hate, but I don't. I really like it. I'll give it like an A. This is full of hot takes, isn't it? A tier for Sonic Lost World. Use some new parkour mechanics. Gets compared to Super Mario Galaxy a lot because of the tubular gameplay. I don't see it. I think it's its own game in its own right, and I think it does a really good job at that, if I'm being completely honest. Sonic Mania has to be an S. It's very polished, and I love Studiopolis Zone, and that's all I'm going to say on it. Studiopolis is the best zone in the game, in my opinion. So there you go. Knuckles Chaotix is broken. I'm going to give it an F tier. I'm sorry. I played it. It was not very good. I do not like the rings mechanic. There's literally one. I cannot remember. I know I should do. Should remember. Naughty me. But there is one character that literally carries you through the entire stage. I mean, that's just broken, isn't it? If you can just move through the entire stage with one press of a button, moving right, moving up, moving left, and oh, you're done. The levels aren't really very well constructed either, in my opinion. Moving on then, we've got Sonic 06, which is notorious for being terrible. And I agree, it's a pretty bad game. I'd give it D. The only reason it's not an F is because some of the glitches are pretty funny, such as Tails falling through the floor, glitching on the side of like a sidewalky pathway thing. That is just, it's pretty stupid. Yeah, you can't really say much about it. It's just broken. It's a wonky mess. They had some good ideas and it wasn't really capitalized on. But there is a Project 06, I don't know if it's still going now, that was trying to fix all the issues and make it an actual good game. I'm not sure if that's still going ahead, but hopefully it is because, yeah, it's solid. On that one, Sonic Chaos is similar to Triple Trouble. It's just okay. I'd give it a C tier. Not too much to say apart from the special stages are bonk. Sonic Forces, I have played a few times at a friend's house on a Nintendo Switch, and I absolutely hated it. It's just broken. What I'm realizing here is a lot of mediocre Sonic games, but when they do release bangers, they're up there. So yeah, that's that. Sonic CD. Oh God, here we go. Get that in first. My favourite, my absolute favourite Sonic game, and probably always will be. The music, the Japanese soundtrack. The US one isn't too bad, but the US one, sorry, the Japanese soundtrack absolutely kills it. All the Bad Future sound effects, even the general, the main, the present soundtracks are pretty good, but the you can't beat the future ones when Eggman's roboticized everything. I also saw like a screenshots like Green Hill Zone or Palm Tree Panic is like 10% interfered with by Eggman, but as you go through the stages in the game, like Stardust Speedway and Metallic Madness, they're interfered with more, so it's all been built by Dr. Robotnik, Dr. Eggman, in the game. I also love the Metal Sonic boss fight, but everyone says that the music is just banging, it just the US one's a little bit more and then that one's so it's like a big contrast in music, and it really fits well. I mean, some of the stages are just brilliant. Tidal Tempest is a much better version than Labyrinth Zone in Sonic 1, that's for sure. Moving on then, there's a few that I haven't played. I haven't played Shadow the Hedgehog, and obviously this is the Wii version, so we've already put them in. Sonic Adventure 2 might shock you, I haven't played it, I've got to be honest. Sonic Labyrinth, I did play. Oh my god, what were they thinking when they released that? That is the worst Sonic game in my opinion. They removed all the fun aspects. You're on like a weird top-down view, and it's stupid as hell. You have to just fly around collecting keys and trying to get through doors when you're on this weird perspective view. It's just, if you haven't played it, don't. It's awful. Sonic R is a B. That's a controversial one and all. Sonic R, when it released, actually had very good ratings. I have played it a few times. The music's a bit too far, especially the Supersonic Racing song. Everybody supersonic racing, gonna keep your feet right on the ground. Yeah, that one. That one is the music's too good for the game. I've got to be honest, but it's wonky. But I mean, why hasn't it been tried again? Sonic Racing, like he's fast enough, and Sonic Eggman and Amy and Tails. Why have they never recreated it again? Like, the running theme is what they should be doing. They're all fast characters, especially Sonic. Shouldn't be in cars, like in Team Sonic Racing. Although I did like Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing. That is also a banger game, but that's a spin-off, so that won't be on this list. Sonic Origins is good, but I think it's a rip-off for what it is, so I'd put it in B tier. It includes all of the mainline games, Sonic CD, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and includes some bonus content for it being an anniversary. Sonic, I think that would be 30 years. Yes, it would be. And yeah, it's fine. It's just a bit expensive, in my opinion. I have played it, though, before. Sonic Pocket Adventure, I would just say I have not played, because I haven't, but this is the one I'm thinking of, the Neo Geo Pocket Adventure version. Wow, the colours are so vibrant on this one. It's not obviously going to be anything stellar, but it's a B tier. The colours are vibrant as all heck, and yeah, you can't really beat it. The levels are really good, obviously, and yeah. Sonic Frontiers is a game that does get slammed, but it's pretty solid as well. I put it in A. It fixed a lot of the open world mechanics, and yeah, it's a very good game. Now, the rest of these I have not played, so we'll put them all in there. Besides, which one is it now? Sonic Heroes I have played, and have only played it a couple of times, so I can fairly rank it. C tier, because it is, again, a little bit broken, a little bit wonky in places, but I do like the team mechanic that they incorporated into the game. So that's my ranking. Let me know what you think to that. I'm sure there's a few hot takes in there because I am weird. But yeah, if there's any of them games that I have not played that you recommend me try, then let me know. But yeah, this is the first video running through them all. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye everyone.